Gretchen Frances Wilson is an American country music singer and songwriter. She made her debut in March 2004 with the Grammy Award-winning single Redneck Woman, a #1 hit on the Billboard country charts. The song served as the lead-off single of her debut album, Here for the Party. Wilson followed this album 1 year later with All Jacked Up, the title track of which became the highest debuting single for a female country artist upon its 2005 release. A third album, One of the Boys, was released in 2007. Overall, Wilson has charted 13 singles on the Billboard country charts, of which 5 have reached top 10, the #1 Redneck Woman, as well as Here for the Party, #3, 2004, When I Think About Cheatin', #4, 2004, Homewrecker, #2, 2005, and All Jacked Up, #8, 2005. The album Here for the Party was certified 5 times multi-platinum by the RIAA for sales of 5 million copies, while All Jacked Up was certified platinum. She has sold over 8.2 million records worldwide. Wilson signed with Epic Records in 2003 and recorded Here for the Party within the year. Her first single, Redneck Woman, was released in early 2004 and reached the top of the Hot Country Songs charts and No. 22 on the Billboard Hot 100. This song was also the first #1 country hit by a female in 2 years. The success of Redneck Woman prompted an earlier-than-planned release for Here for the Party, and it debuted at No. 1 on the Billboard country chart. It reached No. 2 on the Billboard 200 and Billboard Internet Album Sales charts. She performed as a support artist for Brooks and Dunn and Montgomery Gentry. She released the title track to her debut album as the second single. It peaked at No. 3 on the Billboard country chart. 2 other songs were released as singles, and both reached the top 10. Released in markets outside the U.S., the album hit No. 2 on the Australian country charts, behind Casey Chambers, and the top 50 of the Australian charts. Here for the Party was certified 5 times multi-platinum by the RIAA. On September 27, 2005, Wilson released her second album, All Jacked Up, which peaked at No. 1 on both the top 200 and country album charts and sold 1 million copies. The title track debuted at No. 21 on the Hot Country Songs charts, setting a record for the highest debut ever made by a female artist. This record was broken in late 2007 by Carrie Underwood's So Small. Despite its high debut, however, All Jacked Up peaked at No. 8 on Hot Country Songs after only 8 chart weeks. It was also used, at one time, by ESPN as the opening theme for its baseball coverage. 3 more singles were released from All Jacked Up: I Don't Feel Like Loving You Today, Politically Incorrect, a duet with Merle Haggard, and California Girls, none of which reached top 20 on the country charts. These latter 2 singles were issued on Columbia Records, due to the closure of Epic Records' Nashville division. Wilson's I Don't Feel Like Loving You Today was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards, Best Female Country Vocal Performance, and Best Country Song. In 2006, Wilson contributed a well-received cover of Kris Kristofferson's Sunday Morning Coming Down on the tribute CD The Pilgrim, a celebration of Kris Kristofferson. On May 15, 2007, Wilson released her third album, One of the Boys. The album debuted at No. 5 on the top 200 and at No. 1 on the country album chart. After 10 weeks, it exited the Billboard Top 200, having sold 178,220 copies at that point. Come to Bed, a duet with John Rich, and the title track, the first 2 singles released, both peaked in the 30s on the country charts, while the third and final single, You Don't Have to Go Home, failed to reach the top 40. On July 14, 2008, Wilson released a new single, Don't Do Me No Good. This song was intended to be the lead-off single to a 4th studio album, but it failed to reach the top 40 and the album was delayed. It was followed in 2009 by 2 more singles, The Earring Song and If I Could Do It All Again, neither of which entered the charts. Wilson then issued a press release on July 28, 2009, stating that she would be parting with Sony Music Nashville. Wilson then launched Redneck Records, her own record label. Work Hard, Play Harder was released to radio on October 26, 2009 as the first single from the label, and her 4th studio album, I Got Your Country Right Here, was finally released on March 30, 2010. Her former label, Columbia Nashville, released her first Greatest Hits album on January 19, 2010, to finish off her recording contract. On July 31, 2008, the Black Crowes filed a lawsuit against Wilson for copyright violation, alleging that her song Work Hard, Play Harder copied the Crowes' song Jealous Again. Also included in the suit were her label Sony BMG, her publishing company, and the cable network TNT, which had been using the song in commercials. The lawsuit was eventually settled out of court for an undisclosed sum, and Black Crowes members Chris and Rich Robinson were given songwriting credits. Wilson released an album of original songs titled Right on Time on April 2, 2013. It was led by the single Still Rollin'. A collection of rock covers titled Under the Covers was released on June 4, 2013. Wilson released her first Christmas album, Christmas in My Heart, on October 8, 2013. While a country singer first and foremost, Gretchen Wilson has also attracted favorable attention for her rendition of classic rock songs by Heart, a group which she sees as one of the biggest influences on my musical career. She has appeared several times on the same stage as lead singer Ann Wilson and guitarist Nancy Wilson, once describing the experience as beyond a dream come true. She has sung Straight On, Crazy on You, and, most notably, Barracuda, which she performed with Alice in Chains and Nancy Wilson on guitar at the 2007 VH1 Rock Honors. She also performed, with Randy Bachman, the classic Who track Who Are You on the album Who Are You, an all-star tribute to The Who. She performed on Buckcherry's single The Feeling Never Dies, from the album Rock and Roll, which was released January 29, 2016. She has sung Even It Up, Rock and Roll and Barracuda, which she performed with Heart, Jerry Cantrell, Dave Navarro, Duff McKagan, Rufus Wainwright, Carrie Underwood and Gretchen Wilson at the Decades Rock Live. Gretchen Wilson sang the national anthem, blended with a voiceover of the Pledge of Allegiance, to a national audience at the Republican National Convention on September 3, 2008, later describing this as a once-in-a-lifetime experience at a historic moment. Wilson and her band also performed during a rally for Republican presidential candidate John McCain and vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin at Lunken Airport in Cincinnati, Ohio, on October 22, 2008, to a crowd of approximately 12,000 supporters. Palin started the rally by exclaiming that she couldn't wait to get Wilson's autograph. Wilson played a version of the Heart song Barracuda for Palin. In 2004, Wilson sang the national anthem before Game 4 of the World Series between the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals at Busch Memorial Stadium as a longtime fan of the Cardinals. However, the Red Sox winning the game and sweeping the series made her the anthem singer when the curse of the Bambino died. In April 2010, Wilson released a customized version of Work Hard, Play Harder in honor of the National Hockey League's Nashville Predators, with reworked lyrics mentioning the team and its fans. She also sponsors a women's softball team in Pierron, Illinois. On July 31, 2008, the Black Crowes filed a lawsuit against Wilson for copyright violation, alleging that her song Work Hard, Play Harder copied the Crowes' song Jealous Again. Also included in the suit were her label Sony BMG, her publishing company, and the cable network TNT, which had been using the song in commercials. The lawsuit was eventually settled out of court for an undisclosed sum, and Black Crowes members Chris and Rich Robinson were given songwriting credits. On August 21, 2018, Wilson was arrested at Bradley International Airport in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Connecticut State Police arrived at the airport after reports of a minor disturbance. Police arrested Wilson after she reportedly became belligerent during their on-tarmac interview. Wilson was charged with breach of peace and her bond was set at $1,000. Well, on Friday, country singer Gretchen Wilson lost one of her most beloved family members, her uncle, Vern Hoya. Hoya passed away at his home in Greenville, Ill, after suffering a massive heart attack. Well guys, what are your thoughts? Do tell us. Thanks for watching.